You'll never believe where the 35th United States president was while his wife was recovering from a traumatic event at home. Out of all the ways John F. Kennedy did his wife Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis dirty, a good friend of hers revealed that leaving her alone in the hospital during childbirth might have been the most painful betrayal. In a candid interview with NBC, musician Carly Simon disclosed some alleged lecherous behavior showcased by the former president of the United States. And the shocking admittance isn't just something she heard through the grapevine. According to Simon, the story of Onassis being left alone in the hospital while JFK was out with his mistress was told to her by the former First Lady herself. The You're So Vain singer sat down with the network to discuss her memoir Touched by the Sun, My Friendship with Jackie, in which she delved into the long-hidden thoughts of the former First Lady of the United States. Not many are unaware of the patchy marriage of Jackie and John F. Kennedy, but as a close friend of Onassis, Simon was privy like none other to some of her most painful moments with her husband. Simon claims that Onassis was well aware of the affairs, including the mistress he was with while she was in the hospital.
She learned the fact that it didn't necessarily mean anything more than wham bam thank you ma'am.
On the outside, John F. Kennedy and Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis were the President and First Lady of the United States, the young newcomers to the White House that the media couldn't get enough of. But as many ups as their relationship had, Carly Simon's memoir reveals that looks can be deceiving. Although the two seemed happy enough before the president's tragic assassination, Simon points out that there were many things about the relationship that Onassis was aware of and didn't like, with the hospital episode being among the most hurtful. Simon recalled during her interview with NBC, there are various things that he did that by comparison to having a mistress must have hurt more. For instance, his not being there for the birth of a child, his being off with the mistress while she was in the hospital. The situation that Simon is recalling is the stillbirth of Onassis and JFK's child, Arabella Kennedy. As reported by Irish Central in 1956, while JFK was still a senator, Onassis woke up to find she was hemorrhaging, so she was rushed to the hospital. After a cesarean section, Jackie delivered a stillborn baby girl. She reportedly faced the traumatic event alone, as JFK was partying in the Mediterranean with friends, along with, as Simon recalls, his mistress. The 1956 delivery of their stillborn child was a hard time for Jackie Kennedy. She and JFK had bought their first home together a few years prior, but with no one at home to support her, she chose to go elsewhere after she was discharged from the hospital. According to a New York Times report released that year, after the harrowing experience, the soon-to-be First Lady of the United States spent her recovery time with her parents. On the other hand, John F. Kennedy was on a yacht cruising the Mediterranean, catching rays and enjoying his time. He seemed to be having a little too much fun because even after he heard the news of his stillborn daughter, he was still allegedly reluctant to return home and check on his recovering wife. In the book The Kennedy Baby, The Loss That Transformed JFK, it's reported that another party attendee, his friend George Smathers, had to exchange a few harsh words with the future president to get his head on right. He allegedly snapped, "You better haul your ass back to your wife if you ever want to run for president."